Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Arcanautus Ascent. We are
Sup?
back. Oh, sorry, yes.
Oh, I just said sup.
No, it's okay. That's fine. Everybody say sup. Everybody say hi.
Zero.
Hello.
Heyo. Anywho, and then Siegfried, yes, Siegfried nods, I assume. Anywho, alright, so, is everybody currently present?
And
Yep.
accounted for.
Yep.
Yes. Very cool, very cool. Alrighty. Oh, heads up to our lovely audience. We will be interrupted at some point. I will just cut that part out so you won't even notice a thing. It's gonna be great. Okay. I'm pretty sure we continue. I'm sorry. So you guys had a day to collect yourselves after a very tense encounter with Ultimus Saltmire, the eldest sir of the Saltmire family. I didn't seem to express last session that he is old. The dude's pretty fucking old for a human. He's like in his late 70s.
Oh.
He maintains an air of professionalism that obviously, given his state and obsessions, dropped rather quickly in the presence of opposition to his interests. That said, you were all hired to become part of the Slayers, which that's the Leviathan Slayers or what have you. It basically his Sea Monster Hunter Corps, which currently is led by Captain Sydney. From a far off land. He arrived was hired in 2 weeks ago, and now he's being shipped off with you lot to go attempt to go a faster route along the inner edge of the Northern Isle on the same side as the sea that surrounds the Eye of Caesar. This is a more dangerous route, but it is pretty significantly faster to reach the bottom of the Northern Island this way, at which point you would like to all meet the elementalist hermit that lives down there, to hopefully barter or bargain or threaten out some kind of agreement for cleansing Arcanautus's pier main trading dock of this chaos rot that has suffused the waters around it. Or at least that's what your job is now. Along with Ultimus notifying you all that you should collect bounties from any trophies from any sea creatures that you slay along the way.
Sick.
Alright. Next up. Yeah, so you all gather your things. Everybody did a shopping episode. If you want to tell the folks what you bought or not, it's your call. What do you guys think?
Sounds good.
Mine's probably going to be relevant, so
Cool.
Shylvie can go first.
All right. Shylvie bought the Cloak of the Manta Ray and the Amulet of Health due to the absurd amount of money that was obtained. She used stuff that would help her handle underwater situations and areas in Arcanautus, since poison is pretty common.
Yes. Given the nature of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll go next. I bought. So you guys heard this previously. Zen was really thirsting for those mithril ingots, so he was able to purchase those mithril ingots from Sydney. He got a short sword and new armor, both +1 types, so a little more damage potential and a little more less getting damage potential. He bought a bag of holding, a wondrous sculpture, the onyx dog type. That rock that he purchased from Sydney before, the weird one that gathers dust, turns out to be a magical item. that essentially for creatures that have tremor sense, if that's how they see whoever is attuned to the rock as a large earth elemental. And finally, he bought a. I'm guessing this is the arcane loop. That is original, right?
Yeah, that's all me, man. I wrote the
So,
description out for you.
so he bought something called the arcane loop, which is essentially like a little. I'll just read the description. It's a small steel and silver magnifying loop. The glass is tinted with a lapis lazuli type blue. When examining a magic item through the magnifier, the wielder has advantage on arcana and investigation checks related to gleaning information on them. Notes in Elven and Common appear at the edges of the magnifying glass of varying degrees of usefulness. And Zen is definitely going to use that on the Star Piercer at one point, because there's still questions about that. And
Yes.
that's what it is from Zen's.
Cool beans. So yeah, that's your jam, man.
Oh, the powers.
And you all gained a boon from your who's it? You all gained a boon from saving the life of that Veluvressa mage, the Tide Turner, Theodolin. You all were given a little note, carried by Bird. And upon reading the note, which was an arcane glyph, you were given the message thanking you for this boon and granting a boon in return. You all get a minor wish of sorts, in which you all made choices as to what you wanted, and you all chose things like the multiplier salamander for Siegfried is now more under his control, direct control. Shylvie can cast greater invisibility for an hour while underwater. And Zen can get one weapon at the end of a long rest deals an additional 2d6 force damage. Varying power levels of abilities there. Don't worry, nothing's broken if everything is. Dude, it's the best way to balance things. Anywho. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and hop in to tonight's various environmental aspects. So, you all find yourself aboard, or you all, I should say, collect yourselves. Where do you all meet up? At the mansion or at the Waves Crash to head out together? Because you have rooms at the mansion.
Probably the Waves Crash, since that's closer to the dock.
Indeed. Sydney, were you going to meet them there as well, do you believe? Or are you going to wait for them by the ship?
So I'm not named Sydney.
Bastion.
Why did I call you? Oh, because there's another NPC. There's an NPC called Captain Sydney. Sorry. Sauce. Sebastian. There we go. That's how I fucking remember it. I hate my life.
I'll just be meeting him down at the docks.
All right, so he'll be meeting you down by the docks. Do you guys want to talk about anything before you head down to the docks? As you're hanging out at the Waves Crash, grabbing a day drinking before you head out.
Shylvie casts sending to notify Sia of what's going on.
Okay, so this is a thing. Are you gonna do this before or after you're with the party? Do you want them to kind of know what's up?
Before.
Okay. Should we hop into another chat and do that real quick, do you think? Or would it be okay to do it with the group? Because I feel like this is going to be worth hearing out.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so guys, we're going to hop into another chat for 1 sec, and Shylvie is going to cast Sending in the morning before heading out with y'all. I will be back in just a sec. Don't talk shit about me while I'm gone, please. I beg of you. Alright, Shylvie, join me in the other chat. Bloop. I have gone into the other chat. Hello, Shylvie.
Hello.
Alright, so early in the morning, you cast the or I maybe late at night instead, so you have the spell slot for the next day.
Yep, late at night.
Very cool, very cool. Alright, you cast Sending. I believe it is 25 words, correct?
Yep.
Okie dokie. Alright. You cast the spell. Go ahead and send your message.
All right.
Is that part of it?
No. Hello, Shylvie. I hope that whatever nightmare was sent 2 nights ago was not from you. I'm going out to sea on a ship. I'm really scared.
I'm really,
really scared.
No, I mean, I'm really is where it cuts off.
Oh,
Unless I counted incorrectly? Was that 15 or 25?
it's 27 that you get in the phrase.
25 words or less.
Okay. Yeah, it's 25 words.
Cool. All right. If I was counting correctly, that is the message that heads off. Though the implication is clear. I assume instead of Shylvie, you meant to say the name of the dryad that I keep forgetting,
Sia.
even though they're really important. Sia. Yes, thank
Sia.
you. Yes. So Sia. You receive back a message. Shylvie, dear, it is good to hear from you again. I didn't send anything last night. I look forward to speaking like this again. I believe that is 25. Is it 25 or 20?
It's good.
All right, cool. Either way, that gets the gist of the message across. So she misses you. She did not send anything last night. Yeah, that's the gist. So we can head perhaps back into the other chat, or
Yep.
yeah, all right, back into the other chat. Bloop. Welcome back. Me and Shylvie, I guess.
Hello.
We are the ones who left. So yeah, how you guys doing?
Damn, DM, showing up late to your own session.
Diggity
What a
dang, I'm so
jerk.
sorry.
Just to be clear, Zen's gonna tuck the bag of holding as securely as possible on his body.
Yeah, the bag of holding is secure. Okay. Very cool. You all meet up at the Waves Crash in preparation for heading off to meet Captain Sebastian by the docks opposite, past the mansion of the Saltmeyers. Basically on the far end docks. It's a bit of a walk, but or it's quite a bit of a walk. But yeah, it's paved and there's a straight path, so yeah. Do you guys have anything to say before you head out for the day? Anything to discuss?
Nope.
Siegfried's good.
Not at all.
Shylvie's good. Zen is good. You make your way. Sorry?
Nope, nothing.
Cool. As you wait for them to arrive, Sebastian, one of the Saltmeyers comes over to inspect the ship. You're given 3 crewmen to help with the ship. Well, I should say three, swarthy, powerful sailormen, and then a couple of kind of less
Ooh.
Oh, I should have bought a plus
useful
one.
in combat, let's say, for the purposes of keeping the number of icons on the screen down, crew who will hide beneath the hull should combat break out. So
Hey.
you have a crew. One of the Saltmeyers, and I'm gonna get his name here right now. Yes. Nalcott Saltmeyer, first son of Senispa and Ultimus. He is the son of Ultimus and the essentially heir. The Saltmeyers really don't do heirs so much as the family just always is a unit that has X amount of funds. It's sort of everybody has their own little fortune, but Nalcott is the next beneficiary of should any fate befall Ultimus or Sanispa. He is also in charge of the family's ships. He's an older gentleman, obviously younger than his aged father, but you know him because he works around the ships, and you happen to be around the ships every so often. This guy has a similar goatee to his father, although with just little bits of gray on like the tips of the beard and the mustache segment, like a very flavorful sort of kind of salted tip to those. And it is notably extremely slick with product. This gentleman is always smells of various sort of nutty scents from the various oils that he uses to maintain both his hair and his lovely facial hair as well. And he comes up to you just to make final checks for the ship before it heads out. And he says to you, "All right, Captain. Things are looking pretty good. Do you need anything before we set sail once the rest of your crew arrive?"
No, I think we should be all set unless any of you guys have anything you need to go over.
One of the crew behind you who's loading up some of the rations says, "I could use a pint." And Nalcott sort of like looks over to him and like sniggers and kind of waves him away like, you jokester.
What's
Me
with these
with
people
my-
in day drinking?
Me with my newfound pension flips in a gold coin.
What, towards the sailor?
Yeah.
Nice. He catches it and pockets it, and he kind of gives you a thumbs up, gets back to work.
Hey, Ed, I forgot to ask this before. Could I buy a +1 bow? I just
Sure,
realized
why
that's
not?
probably important. All right, I'll
9,000
deduct
gold,
it.
9,000, Jesus. 900 gold, because I know you're going to haggle, and I'll just assume you'll do fine.
I mean, I was gonna just take the full.
In that case, 1,000 gold.
Yeah, because it's late.
Cool.
It's a late thing.
So just make note of that.
Yep.
Okay, as you guys are walking to the ship, any last minute purchases, this is last call.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It made sense in like you're all walking towards the ship. You're in the Noble District, and Zen is just like, wait, 1 sec, and he runs into a shop and comes out with a bow with little silver inlaid runes along it.
Siegfried's probably gonna buy some fish for the salamander and crab.
Okay, you buy them. How much? How many gold's worth of fish do you buy? Because there are fish. There are high quality fish, and there is a lot of it.
I'd be careful because of the worms.
Just
That's
tell
how
me a gold
parasites
value,
work.
Siegfried. Let's say one, like 10 pounds of fish is, let's say, like a gold. That's that in this area. It's a high quality fish. Fuck it.
All right, I'll pay 10 gold.
10 gold, so 100 pounds of fish.
A lot of fun.
The crab begins to slowly eat through it as you make a sort of saddlebag contraption containing the fish, the salamander, and the crab. The crab kind of slowly begins to pick away at it. Meanwhile, you feel a fucking rumbling as the salamander slips and slides its way around the meat, gorging itself upon the bountiful feast. You notice your bag get like weirdly heavier than it was when you put the meat in, which is kind of awkward.
All right.
Yep. How heavy was your? Have you been keeping track? How heavy is your salamander now?
Last time I fed it, it was around like the size of a chihuahua. So
Okay, cool. Make that a beagle now.
Oh, grown.
Yeah. Anywho, next up, Yeah, so you all arrive at the docks. You all see the familiar goatee, and this gentleman, I should say, is also wearing one of the golden pins with the ornate flowers and the little salt, the diamond crystals that are giving off the appearance of salt falling down below it, of the pin that identifies the members of the Saltmeyer family, and this is Nalcott Saltmeyer. As he nods his head towards you all and indicates towards the ship, "Everything is in order, Slayers. We look forward to hearing about your success in your given duty."
I say thanks. We'll do our best to make Mr. Saltmeyer proud. Yeah.
I'm sure Ultimus would be satisfied with anything that you bring back, be it spine, tooth, or claw.
I hope he enjoyed that skull I sent him.
And Nalcott nods towards Zen and indicates, "Yes, that was a fine gift. He's actually thinking of having it mounted in the house, above the fireplace in the living room. It's a lovely piece."
That was my salamander's home.
We talked about this before.
So yeah, we move on to the ship.
Too big.
Everything
The
gets
salamander's
together.
too big now.
Yep, everything is getting together. The ship is setting sail. Everybody's ready to rock, and you begin your journey. Da da da. On to the high seas. It's like dun 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 dun. Yes. Yeah.
Is this Zootopolis?
I think so.
Or that might just
Of
be
course,
the
I go to
third.
third gen for the water music, not fucking. Diamond and Pearl had to go. Okay, sorry. Moving on.
Okay, would you like me to actually do the music for this?
Wait. What do you mean?
Like in Discord?
As in Shylvie's main song is sea shanties.
Ooh, fun. Do you have a song written?
At least the tune that I can hum out. when I
Sure,
read it.
actually, yeah. As you all are beginning to set sail, everybody is getting comfortable. Shylvie begins to sing a tune. The crew work to the beats. After the first verse repeats, some of the crew begin to hum along. As you all sail, you look off across the sea towards the eye, so distant. Shylvie, it's cutting out ever so slightly. That was excellent, and we'll say for now, and pardon my interrupting, but that tune continues and carries forth. I will say, if you record it and post a video I can, do, then it'll play without any lag or anything. Do you know what I mean?
Sounds good.
So
I'll
that is
have
a
that up
thing
for
that you could
next
totally
time.
do.
I'll have that for next session.
You all look off, having not seen this side of the island before. The island does arc, and you're sort of on the inner crescent of the island. This segment, this pier that you're leaving from, sort of is... There are many ships in large enclosed sort of ship barracks. This is almost like a small army's worth of vessels, as there is this whole segment of the... It's almost a small peninsula dedicated exclusively to ships that appear to either be owned by the Saltmeyers or just the people of the Noble District in general. Not a lot of ships going in and out right now, except yours, which begins to go. You all look off as you begin to sail south along the coastline, keeping the coast in sight, but a couple miles out. You see off to the north, south, east of you all, some of the rising sort of rocky crags that dot the sort of circumference of what is the inner sea of the Eye of Caesar. You all know, Sydney, you've heard tales of this. Any of you who live in the area and are familiar with the seas or any tales of the seas know anybody who crosses those rocks is as good as dead. As the eye becomes extremely tumultuous as soon as you pass through them. And even then, you do see swirling clouds, though not dark, always seem to center around the area surrounding the eye. This waves come from the direction of the eye, sort of in a... Or they don't do that. They travel along the shoreline, almost as if the seas within this sort of central area almost spiral around. Or at least the navigator indicates and says as such, that we're traveling with the rotation. This will speed up our trip pretty significantly. And you all do notice that the ship is traveling at a rather fast clip. You almost feel like it probably won't take more than a day and a half to get down there. If the ship continues at this speed. Everybody go ahead and roll perception checks for me, and I'll roll one for the lookout for the crew. Everybody perception.
14.
Guy in the crow's nest, don't see shit.
16.
That's the guy that got the pint.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh no, I got 19.
Why is that an oh no?
That's not quite right.
34.
Why do you have a plus 34 to your perception, buddy? There we go. That's more accurate. To fucking Captain Sebastian up in here. Okay, so Siegfried.
Hey, that means they got a 20 at first.
Yeah. Siegfried, off in the distance, in the direction of the eye, you seem to notice some shapes off in the distant waters. 3 sort of small mounds in the sea, dark mounds, seem to rise up and then sink back down. Scrub Lord is Shylvie, right?
Yep.
Shylvie, you see some 5-pointed shapes rise from the sea. Short of, like, if I was to describe it, it's 5-pointed in, like... Imagine a chef's hat. Now take the top and, like, pull it apart into 5 segments and connect it all so it's a single shape. Kind of like that sort of shape. And you could tell from this distance that they're probably pretty big. It's tough to judge distance at sea, but you'd say they're probably 10, 15 foot across. And you see 3 of these shapes sort of bob up and then sink down into the sea once again. The person in the crow's nest appears to be drinking from a pint that he snuck onto the ship.
Yep.
Yeah. As you all continue your travel along, you go for another 10, 15 minutes. It's relatively uneventful. And I'm going to have Shylvie and Siegfried make perception checks for me again. Shylvie and Siegfried. Okay. Siegfried, you don't notice anything this time. You're distracted by checking out the armaments of this ship. It has 2 ballistae attached to its either flank of the ship. These harpoons either have about 10 bolts adjacent each, loaded into crates adjacent to the ballistae, Ropes are attached to one of these ballista bolts in particular, a large harpoon that seems to be for connecting the ship to perhaps fleeing prey. Shylvie, you see behind the ship, one of those shapes. You're kind of leaning over the edge, sort of keeping a keen eye out, and you see one of the shapes rise up from behind the ship a couple 100 feet back. And yeah, it's definitely at least 15 feet wide, and sort of this sort of like reddish color with whitish like stripes, perhaps. Kind of a weird, kind of a lobstery sort of feel to it. If you were to make a guess, it seems to be like a crustacean-y type shell sort of situation. And yeah, they continue pace.
Hey,
Time will
Shylvie
continue
is
to
going
pass.
to notify everybody else about them.
All right.
I can't move my character.
Oh, I apologize. Here, you got a new icon. Anybody who got new icons is not going to be able to move their character. Let me give permissions for everybody for their shit. Who is this? This is Zen. Zen and me. Save. I think Siegfried's probably in the same situation. Oh no, oh yes. Siegfried and me. Save. Oh, did I hit save on that one? Looks like I did. Anybody else? Shylvie, maybe?
Me, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, pardon. Shylvie gave us new I should say, not models, icons for use because they're awesome like that.
I like to draw, and
Yes.
I haven't actually drawn a full party yet, so...
Sebastian, I gave you access to yours as well.
After...
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
After
But
Shylvie tells
notifies.
us... Yeah. After Shylvie notifies us, I'm going to pull out an arrow and cast a light cantrip on it and prep to be able to fire it at something if need be.
You do so. There is a dwarven navigator sort of on a crate, sort of driving the ship, steering it. And as you say this, the person in the crow's nest begins to like actively look around and search. And they see, actually, they say, what's the rear of a boat, guys? What's the back of a boat called?
The bow?
Starboard? Port
No.
Starboard's
port and
right.
starboard.
Starboard's right, and I think that bow's like the front.
The bow's the front.
One sec. Boat directions. Okay. The first thing to learn is that when facing forward, left is port, right is starboard, bow
Yes, I was
is
right.
the back of the boat. No, the back of the boat is the stern.
Damn.
The back of the boat is the stern. 150 off the stern. We got company. Pulling it around. The navigator shouts out as he begins to whip the ship to the side. And you see the crew prepare for battle, generally speaking. Alright, now here's the trick, here's the fun part, and this is where we try to find out where on the ship is the little thing to pull the shape. I found it.
Oh.
But we're gonna not do it like that, we're gonna do it like this. Alright, can I do this? Let's find out. Ah, it fucking worked!
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Why is it all crook? That's weird. Anywho. So yeah, the ship begins to turn. And you all... Are you all, like, still locked on the grid? Oh no, you all got kind of knocked off the grid by that. Okay. Here, let me try to fix this. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're back on the grid. Okay. Anywho. Yeah, so everybody, roll initiative, as the ship, whips around and you all see rapidly approaching appears to be, 3 large, just shapes in the water. One of which you can see rising up, is definitely, like, a large shell of either a crustacean or a, like, nautilus-type creature that is swimming beneath the surface towards the ship, that sort of comes up into a 5-pointed, shell. Almost like... I described it as a chef's hat pulled apart into, like, 5 segments. I guess it's kind of like that. Or imagine, like, a starfruit cut in half. That might be a better... Yeah. So, anywho... these are initiative orders. Let me get out my notes. Alright, my lovely friends. We are in combat. Are these the initiative rolls in the chat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Siegfried, what's your total initiative?
20.
20 total? Alright, you have +0 to your dexterity?
Yeah.
That's lit. Okay, Captain Sebastian, I'm gonna need you to roll in as well, my friend.
Did he get back in chat?
Oh, is he gone?
He got disconnected a bit ago. I thought
Oh, of course he did. Oh, poor guy.
He said he's got to do something and go.
Oh, okay, so then he's busy. I'm gonna have the crew is gonna go on 10. And they are in charge of the ballistas and steering the ship. There are 2 ballista men. Or, no, there's 1 ballista man. There's 1 in the crow's nest with a crossbow.
This is in character for Sebastian.
And 1 navigator. You guys look around, and Captain Sebastian appears to have gone below deck. He's probably preparing some excellent, like, secret anti-Leviathan sea weapon of some sort. So yeah, he's probably doing that. Let me roll initiative for our boys in the corner here. And they have, I believe, that. Okay.
One of them is real quick.
Yeah,
The other one's
we'll
not so
say
much.
that's the one that is rising out of the water and is closer to the ship.
Oof.
Where what the hell did I call them? Penta something? One sec. I have the name. Pentapedal mini-levs. Alright. Pentapedal mini-lev. Okay, and then 8 plus 1 is 9. And 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay. Yeah, so you all see this one of them seems to rapidly begin to approach the ship. They're all... We'll say they're all... Okay, well, first of all, let's go ahead and put these on the token layer so you can actually see them.
They're Nautilus.
Yeah, that's the icon I'm using for them, at least. But yeah, they begin to rapidly approach the ship. This one in particular is gonna dash. Okay, so it slams into the side of the ship. Boom. And I'm gonna have the driver just make a check to maintain the course. Yeah, okay. The ship takes a little bit of damage from that. Okay. I gotta keep track of the ship. So yeah. That not a big hit, but you see the 5-starred shell slam into the ship, and these 5 tentacles seem to slowly be slithering up and across the side of the ship, adhering onto it with hooked suction cubs. And you see a head, a sort of amorphous. It almost you think it's another tentacle for a second, but then it ends in a beak and 5 large eyes surrounding the beak.
Nope, don't like it.
And it lets out a sort of noise. Yeah, I'm not. Don't ask me to do that again, because I wouldn't be able to. Yeah. So it appears to be adhering to the ship. Next up in the turn order is Siegfried. Siegfried, my buddy, my broski.
Is it close enough to swing a sword at?
Yeah. I'd say its tentacles are reaching up the side of the ship, so you could swing at its tentacles. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna enter rage and then swing twice.
Alright, you're raging and you're gonna swing at this thingamajig. Oops, a daisy. Nope. Too many things in one place.
I'm gonna swing with the great sword.
Cool beans.
Too many fish. Too many fish.
You are swinging with the greatsword. Roll to hit, my friend.
Don't forget, you got 2 attacks now, or 3 with your. Oh well, you can't do it this time. But yeah, you got extra attack. Could be hitting so much.
It's the first swing.
Nice. That hits.
That's the second swing.
That one misses, as the creature withdraws its tentacle after the first hit.
No.
Yeah. Roll damage, my friend.
2d6 plus 5.
Nice.
No, don't forget your rage too. Your
Yeah.
rage bonus.
3 plus 7. 15.
Cool. 15 damage to this first one. You chop off the tip of the tentacle, and blood pours from the wound.
No, not again.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a solid hit against this creature. As it lets out a gurgling kind of a noise, and it clacks its beak, which you see now has 3 sort of teeth-like structures, 2 on the top and 3 on the bottom. Alright, next up in the turn order is Zen. There's 1 up against the ship, and you can see 2 of the shell-like surfaces rising up from the water in the distance.
Okay. I guess I should take this seriously. So let me just. Okay, so I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the first one.
Alrighty.
Actually, wait. How far is the?
You'd have to kind of lean over the side to see it. It hasn't risen up yet.
Oh, 1 sec. I just want to see how far the other ones are. Okay, so I can hit that, no problem. Are the other? So we can see the other ones.
You
correct?
can see their shells rising out of the water. Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, So I still have the arrow that has light casted on it.
Yes.
And I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on this first one.
Okay.
And I'm going to I'll just fire the arrow. Just gonna be my best bet at this very moment.
All right, Hunter's Mark, and you're gonna fire.
That's a plus 9. Oh, because my proficiency went up. That's why.
Are you going over to the side to fire down upon this creature?
Oh, is there anything I can is there anything over here I can wait? Oh, wrong button.
You could sort of. This
Can I
area is slightly higher if you were to go over here, and you'd still be a decent distance away. Or you could begin to climb up the middle sail of that. There's some ropes to hold onto. It'd be tough to fire, but you could do it. Or I'd just say, fuck it, you could do it.
Yeah, then I'll do that then.
Okay, so you climb, let's say, 10, 15 feet up?
Just like 10. Just a
Okay,
small
which is
amount.
enough to see the creature, and you fire down upon it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do this. Oh,
Oh,
of course.
buddy. That is a miss.
Right. Well, you know what? We're starting. You get the bad stuff out the way. You get the
That's
bad
right.
stuff out the way.
That's right. You don't get multi-attack, or?
No, Halo gets it instead.
Very cool.
So
All right.
Halo's gonna.
And it's Halo's turn.
So Halo is the weapon I chose for the I called it my spiritual enchantment. For
Yeah,
the
and what
ability.
does that look like? Does it have a visual effect?
I mean, I like the way that you talked about it when we were talking about it. It's like the spiritual weapon spell. How the spiritual weapon follows the weapon around. So it's like
It's like
there's
an after image.
Yeah. So it's like when it swings.
So as
it
Halo,
seems as if there's 2 hits.
as Halo zips around the battlefield, a spectral after image seems to follow behind them by like a second.
That's cool. And Halo's going to make a slashing attack at the
Whippity swoop over here, over the side, or in this general area to swing at a tentacle.
on ship. So like over the ship and slash or attack at it.
Sure.
All right, and Halo.
I'll say there's another tentacle there.
So Halo gets a plus to hit. Oh, I didn't include that. Wait, so it's my proficiency plus her dex, so it's plus 6 to hit.
I will say these little things that I have on there are where the ballistas are mounted. Technically, Siegfried, you'd have to be like. We could do like, no, fuck. Frick.
If Halo has to fly over it, then if that's the only way to make it work, we can do it like that.
Yeah, I could just switch you two, and that'd be fine. To front. I should just quickly do that ahead of time. I'm just going to bring all the characters to front so that there aren't any issues.
Okay, so
To front. Okay.
yeah,
All right,
so
cool.
I'll roll to hit now. So she gets a plus 6 to hit.
That hits. And that misses.
All right.
Just barely.
So that is.
As the sword swipes down over the edge of the ship towards the tentacles that are slowly creeping up the ship.
That is how much damage? Plus 3.
You see this creature sort of swinging its eye, stalk, beak, mouth situation around. And Shylvie, what's up, buddy? You're breathing very heavily there. Are you okay?
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. Just not directly into the mic, please.
And that's 17 damage. Oh, with her attack that hit.
Sorry, please say again.
She did 17 damage with her attack.
Diggity dang! As the sword swipes down, and then the afterimage of the sword strikes as well, and deals a very decent chunk of damage to this sort of reddish white striped creature. 15, 17, 232. Okay. All right. Slishing and slashing from Siegfried and Halo down at the creature. Next up in the turn order is the crew. The gentleman that was on the ballista was pushed out of the way by our gentleman Siegfried and Halo here, but
Halo's a sword, so she's just
I know,
floating.
so we'll just say that technically they occupy a similar space, but I mean,
or Halo could
technically
be
Halo
above
does occupy a space. It's a flying sword. A lot of people don't want to be in the same space as it, but yeah, we'll say no. Fuck it, because there's two. He goes over to the other one. Oh, well, fuck me. I moved him and fucking to front. Okay, there we go. Now every player that needs to be up front is up front. Okay, so he looks over here, and he's going to fire off at the ones that he can actually fire at, which are, he's going to go for this one. And that is, let me get the ballista things. It's a plus. Yep, okay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Rolling now for damage, or to hit. 9 plus 6 is 13. That is a miss
That's a
as the shot
15.
fires off. And it,
9 plus 6 is 15.
I'm stupid. It hits. As the bolt pierces into the shell of the rapidly approaching creature, and you see it thrash in the water violently as it continues to move quickly towards the group. Ballistas do a lot of damage. Or the same damage as the hit. That's fine. Yep. And so that bolt is now stuck into that creature. It is not one of the rope ones, but it is just a regular old bolt. All right, next up in the turn order, that is the crew. We have one crossbow and the crewman, one crossbowman. Light crossbow, 5e. I think it's a D8, I want to say.
Light crossbow?
It's a D8, yep. Okay. All right, we're going to roll to hit. That is +1, so that's a hit. Oh, wait, no. Match means that you...
Hit.
Yes. And then D8 for damage. +1, that's 2 points of damage as he fires the bolt off. And it sort of... It sticks into the shell. Same one as the ballista boy, but doesn't seem to do a ton. Okay, and then the navigator continues to steer the ship in such a way. We'll just say that the creatures are keeping pace with the ship. Unless we are explicitly running away, we'll just say the creatures keep pace with the ship. Is that all right?
Mm-hmm.
For the sake of me not constantly moving everything on the battlefield every single turn, are we cool with this?
Yep.
All right, cool. Next up in the turn order is this guy, who's going to do the same thing as his... Oh, no, never mind. He is going to move 40 feet... Ooh, 40 feet this way. And then you see the shell drop down into the water and flip around, so the tentacles are facing up, like rats thrashing into the sky. And you see the beak sort of begin to like crackle with electricity as it then curls its tentacles outwards and aims its face towards the ship and lets forth just a crackling ball of lightning that is shot forth about 40 feet in a straight line. I guess just towards the at the ballista, we'll say it's trying to hit. So the ballista cannot make a dexterity save, so it fails.
The smart-ass fish.
And it's going to... Well, it's trying to hit the crew, but it's just out of range. Where is my damage for these boys? It's that much. And it deals 24 points of lightning damage as the ball of lightning crackles and fizzles out as it strikes the front end of the ballista, sort of knocking the ballista up. And the crewman sort of has to hold it down and sort of keep it from like getting blasted apart. As this ball of lightning sort of dissipates against the side of the ship. It seems to just be out of range. But the front end of the ballista is sort of smoking, and the crewman has to sort of pat out little tiny fires that started on the front of it from that shot, and the wood is blackened and charred from it. The ballista took a significant amount of damage from that. Alright, next up in the turn order is Shylvie. Shylvie, you are up.
Eldritch Blast and Inspiration.
Eldritch Blast. Who are we Eldritch Blasting?
The one within 40 feet.
Alright, cool beans. From your distance, you're slightly raised up. I'd say if you move there, you can see it. To the other side of the navigator, you can see it. Yeah, there you go. So you have a clear view from there. Sorry?
I was saying, don't forget you do 2 bolts now.
That is true. Yep. Who are you inspiring, by the way?
Halo.
You inspire the sword. The sword is inspired by Shylvie's dulcet tones as the oh no, not again. The she by the seashore. The sea shanty. Oh man, God. As the sea shanty picks up pace, as Shylvie is continuing to sing, as they blast. Both.
All right.
That's a miss and a hit. Roll damage.
Mm-hmm.
Missing one attack against
Cool.
Bruh.
You deal
we're
1
rolling
point of
so
force
fast
damage to the boy up front. Man, lots of low rolls for damage from the crew round 1. All right, is that the end of Shylvie's turn?
Yes.
Excellent.
Bonus action and action used.
Yes. The next one is going to move 40 feet up. And it is going to not do the thing it can't do. Well, I mean, actually. They attack the same thing. It is going to use the lightning blast again. You see this creature flip up in the water again, sending out a splash as the heavier shell segment flips down and these thrashing tendrils whip up, curl out, the face raises, lightning crackles around the mouth, and it fires off that ball of electricity in the 40-foot line. Damage dice. And the ballista is just barely functioning as another blast cracks into the ballista. It's gonna need some repairs after this if it wants to be fired again. Odds are it could probably get one more bolt off before it can before it falls apart.
We're rolling below average for damage. They're rolling above. God damn it.
Yeah, well, you're in their house. This is their domain, man. Welcome to the north, south, east. Welcome to the eastern inner sea, my boy. This is where the sea monsters are, man. All right. Next up in the turn order, we are at the top of the turn order. The one adjacent to the ship lurches out of the water, pulling itself again, like further up against the ship. It seems to be supporting itself with 3 of the tendrils, and 2 of the tendrils are whipping up, one of them bloody from Siegfried's axe, and it appears to lash out at Halo, Siegfried, and I'll roll for the last one, even Siegfried, odd, Halo. So Siegfried, Halo.
My love.
Alright, so that is... Ignore the big number. They have a +6 to hit, so that is a... The second one's definitely hits. The last one definitely misses. So it was Siegfried, Halo. Siegfried, what's your AC with the magic items?
It's 17 now.
17 now? That misses. Okay, so we got 1 hit against Halo. Alright, let me pull up their stat block. Tentacle, +6 to hit, reach 15 feet. 2d6 +3. So 13 bludgeoning. To Halo. Halo takes 13 bludgeoning damage as this tentacle sort of slams it down and is sort of whacking against it. And the beak is sort of like clacking, just like what, do I have anything? Yeah, there you go. Sort of clacking angrily, and you see the little bits of lightning crackling between the teeth. That is the end of its turn. Next up in the turn order is Siegfried.
Alright, I'm just gonna swing 3 times. Could you hear?
Yes. Roll to hit, my friends.
So it's +8. Do, do, do.
I'm gonna have to go check on my dog again after you finish these attack rolls. So just go ahead and roll to hit.
I rolled 3, so that's 16.
16 hits, and then definitely hits, and then that's definitely miss. So
Okay.
hit. All right, roll damage for your 2 hits, Siegfried.
All right, so 4d6 plus 7.
Plus another 7. So
All right, 28.
28 points of slashing as you swing your axe around, and you actually are able to chop off one of the tentacles with that strike. One of the tentacles that was securing it to the boat as it sort of falls down 5 feet, sort of its head whipping around towards you and sort of just... let's see. It is... the tentacle that you've chopped off flails helplessly on the deck for a while, and it seems to still be writhing. 28, you said?
Yep.
5, 6, 1. Okay. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Big damage. Yeah, and it is bleeding significantly from the now tentacle. It is now a quadrupedal mini-lev as opposed to the pentapedal mini-lev. Anywho, that was Siegfried. I'm gonna go check on my dog. BRB, 1 sec. Zen, get ready for what you're gonna do. I will literally be back in a sec, so I'm not gonna pause the stream.
Do you guys think
Our luck in combat is staying consistent.
Do you guys think I should go Divine Soul, or I should hold it off until in case something else happens?
No need to.
All right, I'll hold off on it. I want to switch to my dual wielding, but I'm not sure if I can like area wise, because it looks like the only 2 spaces that can hit it are Halo's and yours.
I'll just focus on hitting the ones at a distance.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. How far is it from Halo? But I'm probably not gonna have Halo fly over there. But you know, Halo can reach this one. Maybe we can try. We could try to coax them into coming into melee, rather than them bombarding the boat with their lightning. Though they, even in melee, it did 13 damage with just 1 melee attack. So 3 hits to the boat probably isn't a good idea either.
Okie dokie.
But I just realized I
I
have my
apologize
hunter's
for the
mark
delay.
on
I am back.
So I have to kill this one first.
Zen, roll to hit.
Well, quick question. Am I if I was to try to get melee with the thing, would I be able to?
I mean, okay, where did the ballista go? Oh, it's below Halo. You can't really. No, there are only 2 spaces that really the creature is occupying on the ship,
okay.
and they are being taken up right now.
All right, then I'll.
You'd have if you go in the water, you could be in melee with them.
Do you really think Zen's even going anywhere near water?
Yeah, I know.
Crazy. Fish live in the water.
God forbid, and fish people even.
Oh, even worse. Okay, so I can't switch it without the thing dying. So I'm going to attack the one that's already been damaged. So it's this one.
Yes, that one has a ballista bolt sticking out of its shell, and you see its shell is beginning to flip back over, and the tentacles are beginning to disappear back below the surface of the water as it continues to. It's going to be swimming towards you guys again soon. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Oh, sorry, wrong thing. I had it set for the damage I did last time. I'll reroll. Just barely hits. I got a 14.
14 just hits, just barely hits.
No, it's +6. Oh yeah, because I raised my dex.
That's right. Yeah, Captain Sydney is below deck somewhere. I'll flip him upside down. Or if I keep doing that. Captain what's his face?
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Yeah. So
And I believe that's a hit and a miss, right? Or no, that's a D8. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
so
can only
10
hit
damage. And this is
With
what,
this
your
one.
longbow, crossbow?
My longbow.
As you fire off into that one, 10. So that much. All right. Another bolt. You fire it into one of the tentacles just before it lowers down to the surface, and it recoils in annoyance.
Come get me, fish,
And
bitch.
irritation. All right. Next up in the turn order, we have
It's Halo.
we have Halo. I'm sorry. Our lovely Halo.
I'm gonna have Halo attack twice.
They
At
do
the one
so,
that-
slashing at the other tentacle.
Hit
That
with
might.
both.
Yeah, I think that hits.
I'm just gonna do damage all at once. $35 damage.
Diggity dang. Big damage to this big boy. You actually, with that, slash off the other tentacle, keeping it attached to the ship, and it actually plummets 10 feet. Or it plummets. It was still kind of half in the water. This is a pretty large creature. So it was kind of mostly out of the water, but it falls back down, and you see the water splash against the side of the ship. The tentacles are still whipping around. The tentacles are about 15 feet long, so this is like, yeah.
So they're attached to the boat, the tentacles?
Well, I mean, one of them is now. Two of them are gone. Straight up.
Okay.
Minus 35.
tripedal
Because
now.
Siegfried got rid of one, and Halo just super sliced another one.
Okay.
I have to do math again. This one appears to be bleeding pretty significantly, and is sort of, there's just a pool of this kind of reddish bluish blood in the water. It appears to be in pretty dire straits.
Damn, I should have attacked it instead of the other one. Alright.
Next up is the crew. Ballista Boy. The hits, same as last time.
He's consistent.
Big did damage for same one
nice.
as before. As another bolt, he loads up another bolt, and it fires off into the creature. Another solid hit. This one spears through a tentacle. Yeah, and passes out the other side, jettisoning blood into the water. All right, and then the gentleman with the crossbow, up top, hits. 3 damage, same deal, same creature. Or actually, he's gonna fire at the one that is missing 2 tentacles. He's gonna fire straight down at the one next to the ship. And this creature is looking super rough. Like it is moving slower. Its beak is sort of like weakly opening and closing. You see 4 of its 5 eyes on the eye stalk are closed or squinting.
Siegfried, suplex it onto the ship and beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, that's an option. All right, next up in the turn order, that's the crew. Is this one. Which gets up against the ship.
Fuck you.
And it's able to reach up and over
Not Halo.
Zen, how high up are you again? 10?
I was 10 feet.
10 feet up, so it just can't reach you. So you see its tentacle whip and just barely doesn't reach you. It's gonna swipe at Halo and the ballistician. And I'm gonna say we're gonna roll for who gets the extra attack. Odds, Halo, evens, Ballista Boy. Odds, it's Ballista Boy.
No, you said odds Halo.
In that case, it's Halo. Oh. Ballista Boy, Halo. Same as before. Okay, so Ballista Boy. I believe it was how much each? It was 2d6 plus 3. 2d6 plus 3. That's for the ballistician, who is knocked to the floor unconscious as this tentacle slams into the side of his head.
Oh, I see. Quick question. I'm gonna be real honest. I forgot what my question was as soon as I was gonna ask.
That's okay. It happens. And then, what is the sword's AC?
Can Shylvie, what can your inspirations do?
To hit or ability checks, I think.
1d8.
Right?
To attack rolls, skill checks, or saving throws.
Yeah.
Okay.
This can include a death saving.
Yes. So what was the AC on that sword again? 15?
I mean, if Halo gets knocked out, we should pick her up as quick as possible because she's doing good damage.
Okay, so
Ed, are
again,
you still
AC
there?
on that sword. One more time. Please repeat.
Heyo.
Hello.
Who's still here?
Hello.
Guys?
Okay.
You good, bud?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Hawk.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. AC on the sword.
Halo's AC is 17.
Thank you. That's a miss then. Okay, so the natural 20 hits. So that's 4d6 plus 3.
Oh.
Deals 21 points of bludgeoning damage to Halo.
Well, Halo is knocked from the sky.
Halo is knocked down onto the... Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Do not do this.
I
Do
forgot about the thing last round. The gentleman who is knocked unconscious is grappled. And Halo is also grappled. Until the grapple ends, the target is restrained. The pentapedal mini-levs can grapple up to 2 creatures this way, and it grapples the ballistician, who is currently unconscious, and Halo, who is currently unconscious.
You did it. You did the thing. You shouldn't have done the thing.
Yeah, what's up?
Monster.
Anyways, I'm gonna put a little sad face on both of these folks to indicate that they are sad because they're being grappled by a large tentacle monster. All right. Next up is Shylvie. Shylvie, you're up. You see these two tentacles get slashed and sliced down, and one of the tentacles falls down onto the deck. The ship is rocked again as another of these creatures crashes into the ship. 2 tentacles, wham, wham, just wrap up around the gentleman who is on the ballista, who's currently being waved in the air back and forth violently, and Halo, who is being sort of suckered and sort of purled up into the air and is sort of like Sorry?
Halo's unconscious, by the way.
Yeah, and who is sort of like there. It's not quite sure what to do with it, but it was hurting it, or it was hurting the other one, so it's like, it's a little unclear on what to do.
Like a stick.
Sorry?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
It's armed with Halo currently. So anyways, moving on. I'm gonna say that's Shylvie. Yeah. So what's up, Shylvie? And this one
I'm
is
going
not
to,
hurt.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast at the ballista dude. Both shots.
You're trying to break the tentacle the ballistician is attached to?
Yep.
Okay, you have to deal 20 points of damage.
Yep.
To get 2 10s or a crit.
So that's a miss and a hit, and 9 points of damage. Okay, so you deal 9 points of damage
That might hit.
to the creature. Sorry?
What did...
2 plus 8 is a 10, which does not hit.
Oh, sorry, my thing got blocked off.
Yep, it's all
sorry.
good. It happens. So
Yep.
9 points of damage, and you're able to scar the tentacle, but it is not released. You have your bonus action still?
Yep. I'm going to cast Healing Word to get
Which person?
the Ballisteer again.
All right. The ballistician wakes up, and it's currently being waved in the air, and sort of and he's sort of trying to move his arms out from the grasp of the tentacle. You can tell me how much health he has, but any attack
It's gonna
would probably knock him
back
out at this point, so it doesn't matter a ton. But that's fine.
Siegfried, you should attack the other
He
one.
has 8 hit points.
Cool. He's back up to 8. He had
Mm-hmm.
he had 12. Okay. Next up is the other injured creature, which is going to rapidly approach 40 feet. Okay, what's it want to do? It's going to go straight towards the ship, and it's going to begin climbing up onto the ship.
Onto the ship.
Correct. As you see, it begins to pull itself up using its tendrils. It'll take another round for it to get up. It's most of the way up the side of the ship.
So it dashed up the ship.
No, it did 40 feet, and it's got 5 feet of movement left, but it can't technically climb with that. So we'll just say it's next to the ship, and it appears to be intending to... or actually, it'll stop here, and you see the beak begin to snap and crackle with electricity again. And it is going to fire a 40-foot beam, a 5-foot wide, 40-foot long.
Angling wise,
Shot.
can it do that from underwater?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because it would hit. I feel like it would hit with it being that close. It would hit the boat before anyone else.
Well, this guy's up in the air slightly.
That poor guy.
And it can see the people on the edge of the ship. Okay, in that case, I'll say it just moves in and swipes at Shylvie 3 times.
No, Shylvie, no. Oh, God.
That's 2 definite hits, and then an 11, I assume, misses.
Yep.
All right. That is 22 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled. You are restrained while you are grappled this way.
At the end of each turn, they would try to break out. Is that what happens?
Nah,
Or
it's
do
an
they-
action.
They have to spend an action to break out.
Oh, yeah.
I can spend my movement to do it, though, so
That's-
long as it's wrapped around me. Since it's more than a foot wide.
Oh,
space.
that's a good point. Shylvie is a goo person. As it crushes down on you and sort of squishes your form more than it expects to, and it can't seem to quite get a grip on you. It has you restrained currently, but you can just use your movement to exit out of that. Use half your movement to be no longer restrained, we'll say. I don't think there's an actual rule for that, unless what you just said is the rule.
It's actually an ability, 5-foot movement,
Okay, cool.
while trying to get out of it. So,
All right, cool.
yeah, I just drop out.
Yeah.
Can't move anymore.
Cool.
Blue person, I guess.
That is pretty good. All right. Next up in the turn order is the injured one. It's going to go ahead and climb up the side of the ship to be up here. It's dragging blood all over the edge of the ship, and it is going to... You see its beak crackle as it fires a 40-foot line of lightning.
Is that a spell?
Sorry? It is not
That
a
a
spell. It
spell?
is a spell-like ability.
But your thing would still apply because it's a dexterity save.
It is a dexterity saving throw for something you can see. All right,
So, yeah.
I need Siegfried. Halo is currently conscious or unconscious?
Unconscious,
Okay,
but
so they
Halo
fail.
grappled with the thingy. Wouldn't
Correct.
that-
The other one would take damage if they weren't immune to lightning damage. And Zen 10 feet up. I'm just gonna say yes. And yeah.
I'm gonna use absorb elements.
Cool. All right. So I need that guy, Siegfried, Halo, and Zen, and the dude who's...
I really wish our captain was here.
Yeah, nah. He's probably getting some special Leviathan killing thing from below deck. All right. I'll just roll the damage so that we have it. Was it D6s or D8s? Pretty sure it was D6s. Yeah, it was D6s. Boop. All right, so that's the amount of damage you'll take if you fail to save. The DC is 15. It's a dex.
Oh, I think I have advantage on dex saves actually.
Why?
I'm a ranger. I do.
You don't have advantage. You have
Oh,
proficiency.
sorry. I meant proficiency. My mistake.
Okay. Cool.
I save.
That is a save. You take half damage. You take 10 lightning damage.
Nope, I take 5 because I did absorb elements.
And you take 5 because of absorb elements. Siegfried, what about you?
I rolled an 11.
Okay, that is a fail. You take 20 points of lightning damage.
Did you do it with advantage?
I don't have advantage. It's going towards spells.
No, it works with a dragon's fire breath too, doesn't it? So it would work for this. Isn't it just dex saving throws?
What are you
For
talking
things
about?
you can see, yeah, I thought so. It's a barbarian ability, my dude. But I don't know if does he already have that? Danger sense.
He gets at like level 2, doesn't he?
You have advantage on dexterity saving
do.
throws against effects you can see, such as traps and spells. You can't be blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. You are not, so you have advantage.
Alright, I guess I'll roll again.
Yes.
Or, it doesn't matter.
Alright,
Damn.
so that's a fail either way. Diggity damn. Halo, I believe, just takes the damage, right?
I mean,
So they fail 1 death saving throw.
what
Um,
does the tentacle absorb the lightning because it's being grappled by the tentacle?
No, the piece of metal in the non-conductive tentacle absorbs the lightning. And they fail 1 death save. Alright, and the crewman, if he failed or passed, is knocked unconscious once again. Alright, next up in the turn order is Siegfried. Siegfried, you're up, buddy.
Don't attack. I'm gonna kill the other one.
I'm gonna kill him.
No. Let me kill it.
No, I'm gonna kill
Siegfried,
it.
this thing is like on the boat. The ship is actually like leaning a little bit in that direction with these 3 creatures sort of attaching themselves to it. These things probably weigh like 1,000+ pounds. Like
You
they're.
do more damage than I do, so you should save it for the other one, the one that's.
By the way, this one that's on the deck is like the deck is filling with this thing's blood. Like it is barely
more
alive.
damage. It's better for you to attack the one that's less hurt, and I'll just pick this one off.
It's got one eye open. Its jaw weakly crackling with electricity. Siegfried, you're up, buddy.
So guess I'm gonna move over to this one.
Sorry.
I'm gonna move over to the second one.
Sure. I'd like to reiterate, the one on the bow of the ship
I'm gonna
is
kill it.
very close to
I'm going to
dead.
kill it.
Okay, just a heads up.
He's stronger than I am.
Cool. Siegfried, are you gonna swing at ya boy here? Are you going for a
I'm just
tentacle
going
that's
for
holding something? Currently, Halo and the gentleman are being held. If you can deal more than 20 damage in one round, you sever a tentacle.
I'm gonna swing at the one with a guy in it.
Okay. Trying to free the guy from the tentacle. Alright. This tentacle has already taken damage, so I will keep that in mind. I'll say if you get...
I'm gonna swing 3 times.
Yeah. Roll to hit. DC, or AC is 14. Fucking nice. I believe the first one misses. The second one is a crit, obviously. And then 6 plus 8 is what? 14? So that, hits? Meets AC is hits. Okay, so yes, you crit and then you also hit. So just double the dice on the crit. Yeah.
So that'd be I'm rolling 6.
I want to say yes. 4 from the crit and 2 from the regular hit.
Yeah, okay.
Plus
And
4.
That's a lot of... Oh, buddy! But that does sever the tentacle.
That's 30 damage. There's another 7.
Sorry?
Because he hits twice, so 2 plus
I'm sorry,
7.
he does hit twice. So that is 30 points of damage to this one. As it screeches and flails, and the ballistician falls down back into the right by the ballista, directly behind it. And he is safe on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur. And you deal a very significant amount of damage to this creature. 23, 32. Okay. Very good, Siegfried. You slashed the shit out of that thing. It now is down a tentacle. I need to keep track of the number of tentacles on these things. This thing has 4 left. This thing has all 5 left. Okay. Yeah, because if it doesn't... Yeah, because if they don't have... They use 2 for locomotion, so if they don't have 4 tentacles... If they have 3 tentacles left, they can only make 1 attack per round. Okay, so... next up in the turn order is Zen.
So I'm going to drop my longbow and take out my 2 short swords
You do so.
and beat the shit out of this thing.
You beat the shit out of this thing. If you hit, you kill it. AC is 14.
And okay. Let me just make sure I have the right modifier. I believe I do. Plus 9.
That's a miss.
Fucking damn it. Let's see if there's anything I could do. Oh, okay.
You do have Hunter's Mark on this one.
Yeah, I do, but it doesn't add to my to hit. Oh
That's a
my
miss.
god.
You see its beak crackle with electricity.
Anything I can do. Let me see. Nope, that's just really unfortunate.
I should have just killed it.
Ahem.
I mean, who would have thought I would have missed 2 attacks?
I would have thought. I was
really-
thinking.
Literally, I
He's
think
gonna
there was, what, a 10% chance of that happening or something?
I
5 or
only-
lower?
There's a 20%. No, there's a 16% chance that I miss these things.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
me missing it twice is even
Diggity
more
damn.
unbelievable.
I had a feeling.
Alright, next up in the turn order is the crew. The ballistician... he's fine. Is still unconscious,
Shylvie
but
needs
he's
to make
fine.
a death save.
Excuse me? Oh, yes, make his death save for Halo. They failed 1.
Sorry, Halo, I mean.
Okay, it's an unnatural... Why are you adding something?
Don't you add... Oh, sorry,
you do
no,
not.
I don't.
That's concentration
Sorry.
checks.
I can't get in the mix.
So that's a 19, so that's a pass. Okay, so 1 pass, 1 fail. Alright, and then crew, Ballista Man is okay. Crossbow Gentleman is gonna fire down at the severely bleeding one.
Ridiculous.
Man, this fucking crew, guys. I don't know if you guys should fucking fight sea monsters anymore. It doesn't seem to work out super. Anyways, all right, and then the navigator is gonna take out a hand crossbow, and he's just gonna be like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" What's the distance on hand crossbows?
30.
Sorry,
30.
30. He's gonna fucking walk up and fucking. Oh wait, there's a guy there. That's the crow's nest boy. He's gonna fucking walk up. 25 feet of movement. There you fucking go. Alright, he fires with the fucking hand crossbow at the thing. +1 to dex, plus, let's say, 3 to hit. He fucking hits. A crying crossbow is D4 or D6? I want to say D6.
D6.
It's D6.
Okay. And then I said it was +1 dex, so that's 4 points of damage. Is it dead? God, is it dead? 4 points. Oh, 3. Let me check its stat block. And of fucking course. You see this, he shoots out the last eye of the creature, which goes limp for a second. And then it slowly begins to kind of shift, barely alive. Barely holding its own weight, its shell scraping against the deck behind it as it can barely support the weight of the shell anymore. Beak still crackling with electricity. It has 1 HP left.
Yeah, I thought.
It's fucking amazing. Alright. Next up in the turn order is, the Pentapedal Mini Leviathan. This is this one. Oh, nope. Get your pinger out. This one that currently has Halo and the Ballistician. The Ballistician is no longer grappled. Halo is. And it is down a tentacle, so it only has 2 attacks. It's gonna go ahead and slap Siegfried twice with the tentacle that's hold. I guess technically it can't do that. Of course, that 1 sec. What are the fucking rules on this? Let me see. Target is grappled. Until the grapple ends, target is restrained. Can only grapple up to 2 creatures this way. I mean, it's holding a sword. I'll say it can hit, but it's not going to deal any extra damage to Halo. Well, that's an appropriate, I think. Okay, I think those both hit with +6. Because that's a 19 and a more than 19. Alright, so Siegfried, you are not at risk of being grappled because it is hitting you with a tentacle that already is occupied. No, it has another tentacle. Sorry, it hits you once with that tentacle and once with a tentacle that is not occupied, I should say. Okay, wait. +3. So 11 points of
11
bludgeoning from the
damage.
first one. That's the one with Halo. And then the second one.
Take half of that. By
Yeah,
the way.
Yes,
also
take half
it.
of that because it is non-magical bludgeoning, or it's just bludgeoning damage. And then the other one.
Does it round up?
Sorry?
Is it
All damage
round-
rounds
Yes, it
up.
rounds
All
up.
damage rounds up, yeah.
Just do 10. Just add them together. Do 10.
Okay. And that's another 12 points of bludgeoning halved to 6. And you are grappled by this creature. And restrained, keep in mind. The restrained condition means that you do have disadvantage on attack rolls. Keep this in mind. Although if you're a barbarian, you could go reckless, so it probably wouldn't matter.
Shylvie?
Shylvie, yeah,
Shylvie killed
is
this one.
next. Shylvie, you're up. Currently, you are restrained, if I recall correctly. Is this right?
Yep.
No, they used their movement to get out, didn't they?
You can do that.
Happens. Yes. I
Yes.
use my full movement to turn into a blob of goo and just flop out of their hand.
Okay, and you appear, I'm gonna just say you appear in a space next to them. I will say, technically, a restrained creature's speed becomes 0, so we'd have to talk about that later as far as the editing of that document, but we will just say for now, you are good to go. So you appear, where you could appear in any of the adjacent spaces. Where do you want to go? And we're kind of softballing this one just because of the way
Yeah.
I don't think this was the wording of the restrained condition was considered.
Yep.
But it's like you get out of it, but you don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sploosh.
Yeah. So you get out of it, you turn into a puddle, and then you reform adjacent. You are no longer restrained.
Yeah. I reform, in the water, and
Ooh.
I'm in the water.
You are in the water. You gloop off the side of the ship.
Yep.
You're in the
And
water?
I use my action to activate my invisibility.
You are now greatly invisible.
You cannot see me.
Dun, 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 dun. Sorry.
Yep.
Anyways, yes, Shylvie, you are now very invisible in the water. You acid armor Vaporeon away. Let's pull up.
Can't actually move
You cannot
because
move.
I used my full movement.
Yes.
But I can still use abilities, so I'm going to healing word.
You cannot see anybody.
Oh, okay.
You are off the side
then,
of the ship, adjacent to the ship.
Yeah. All right. Well, then that's
actually,
my turn.
you'd be able to see Siegfried and Halo, because both are
Alright.
being raised up by the tendrils of the thing. Halo is currently not active, and Siegfried is currently pushing against this creature.
Yeah, I'm going to healing word Halo.
You healing
And
word
also
Halo.
my mom is calling. Yep.
All right. Yeah. Shall I roll the die for them? Oh, no,
I
they
just
rolled
rolled it.
Hell yeah.
7.
Halo up at 7.
Alright.
All right, keep this in mind.
Yep.
You hear in your head, Zen, that was close. These sea creatures tend to not like me too much, huh?
And I don't like them.
Let's make some sushi. All right. Next up in the turn order is the pentapedal mini-lev adjacent to Shylvie. They don't have any kind of dark vision or blind sight or anything.
And even if they had dark vision, they still wouldn't be able to see me.
No, I mean like blind sight. Blind sight, they'd be able to see you.
Yeah.
Anywho, it climbs onto the ship, and it is going to do the exact same thing that its companion did, which is a 40-foot line. And that's going to be... one sec. I have to go for just a sec. This is that interruption that I mentioned before. I'm going to stop recording for a little bit, so to our lovely audience, it's not going to seem like any time has passed.
All right, I'm going to go grab some food as well.
Okay, now's a good time. BRB, y'all. Quick break. Alright, so that seemed like no time for them, but for us, we're gonna call it for tonight, but we're gonna pick it up again later this week. So we're gonna kind of...
Alright.
We'll say, for now, the creature hefts its great weight onto the ship. The boards creak beneath its mass. A tentacle wraps around the steering wheel of the ship. And you see it swing its beaked, toothy-beaked mouth wide across the ship as you see the lightning begin to concentrate. You all know an attack is coming. And that's where we'll pick up next session. So yeah, have a beautiful night, everybody.
Alright.
Good night.
Alright.
Alright.